Hi, welcome to this video, which is all about the best news sites for Forex traders and also sites that can help you with your analysis. I'm just going to go through some of my favorites. Now, in terms of a lot of traders ask me, should they pay for a live news subscription site? Well, you could if you've got a few $1,000s spare. You can go and get the top Reuters package or Bloomberg package. I don't really think they're great help for retail traders because you do get slight advantage in speed, but you're still at the mercy of the big boys, the banks and so forth, who've got HFT trading programs. So for me, I would never pay for a live news feed. I've used four sites, just for the general news, and obviously they provide a bit of analysis as well. Sure, everyone is familiar with them. They are Reuters, Bloomberg, CNBC, and Market Watch. Now, in terms of some other sites that you may not be familiar, which I think you could find helpful, they certainly helped me. I'm just going to go through a few and why I like them. So let's go and take a look at the sites. First site, which is a kind of live news feed and analysis site, is the Marketeer. It's one of my favourite sites. I discovered it about 6 months ago. I look at it every day. It doesn't just cover Forex, covers financial markets generally. We have kind of macro approach here, so we like to look at intermarket analysis. So you get a lot on stocks, bonds, commodities, currencies, obviously. Whoever writes this site really knows their stuff, and I have no idea who does. I was going to write him, thank him for such a great newsfeed, but he doesn't even have a contact. But this is probably a site I would actually pay for, but it's totally free. I just think his ideas and analysis are so good. Also, he doesn't post all the news, but the relevant news, have a good take on it. Yeah, I just love it. Fantastic site, in my view. Now, on to the next site, which is actually a bank research site. There's a few banks I like. This is probably my favourite one. They do a nice kind of Forex section or review of the markets. They do in-depth reports. They do a weekly analysis of the markets. They do a monthly analysis of the markets. They are economists, okay? And economists aren't traders, of course. But I found they're particularly good in terms of the Canadian dollar. It is the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, so they know their home currency, so to speak. If I'm trading Canadian dollar, I always look at them for ideas. They've given me great ideas over the years. I've followed this lot for about 20 years now. Really, really good. There's a few other banks I like as well, but this will probably be my favourite. A lot of good info. Really good for idea generation, which all the sites are we're looking at today. So really like it. FX Street, I'm sure everyone's familiar with this site. There's bits of the site I really like and bits I'm not so keen on. I do like their news. I like their institutional research. Get a lot of ideas from the institutional section. Also, you can they do quite a few posts each day. You kind of get a feel for the institutional research you like, or the analysts that kind of go with your way of trading. My particular favourite, who I follow on their own site, is Jane Foley, Rabobank. Really, really good. Really good. A lot of information. I like the economic calendar as well, which I think is neat. And what don't I like about the site? Well, it's got way too many ads. Crypto Rocket. Perhaps I should check that out. But I don't really go much on the analysis that they do and the technicals. No, not for me. But everyone's got their preferences. But for news and institutional research, I really like it. Moving to my next site, I have this one up in the day. It's actually The Guardian. It's a UK newspaper. I find the writers kind of even. They're not too biased. They do tend to think about what they say. There's a lot of news on the site each day as well. So this, I like it basically. What's my next site? Zero Hedge. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with this. Kind of an alternative take. Not all about Forex, obviously, but you get a lot of ideas from this site as well. They are very contrary thinking and they're pretty doom and gloom at times, but I like the writers, and a lot of great information on the site. So yeah, I'm always checking out Zero Hedge. I also do a lot of how would I put it, searches on Twitter. Now this guy for me just happens to be one of my particular favourites. Raoul Pal, ex-hedge fund manager, runs Real Vision TV. I did a video a little while ago on my favourite YouTube channels. That's just such an essential channel for me. Fantastic. And I really like what he says, his kind of take on the markets. There's a few other people on Twitter I follow as well. I'd like Anton Creel. He always makes me laugh, and he knows what he's talking about, in my view. And there's a good few others on Twitter that I look out for. Chigo, in terms of I like to trade crude oil, and I do a lot of keyword searches on Twitter as well. So yeah, Raoul Pal certainly worth checking out, and just find your favorites. But there's a lot of good information on Twitter. The only paid for site that I recommend, you could say Bloomberg's a paid for site, but it's not very much. This one, The Economist. The Economist is just fantastic, and it has been for years. And I read an interview with hedge fund manager Jim Leitner, and he said he could just trade successfully by reading The Economist. Now, it's not obviously all about Forex, but you get a really big picture from it. There is Forex related material. It is fantastic. I think you can get a subscription at is it £12 for 12 weeks? It's money well spent. I mean, the writers are basically kind of a different class. You want people who can see through the news and give really good analysis, generate ideas. The Economist, for me, it's been around for I don't know how many years. I used to read it when I was a student, still read it today, always look forward to it. Right. What site am I going to have next? I'm going to have Trading Economics. If you want anything to do with the market data, economic data, it's here. It's a big site, massive amount of information. If you're studying currency in depth, you want all the information relevant to it at your fingertips, so to speak, then this is a good site. So those are my favourites. Like I said, I've checked Bloomberg, Reuters, MarketWatch and CNBC, and they're my main sites. I do keyword searches and find decent information on other sites, but these are kind of my staple sites, so to speak, to help me generate ideas. And I hope you check them out, and I hope you find them useful. I do, and all good information basically. So that is the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care and have a good day.